Part 2.
I'm ready! I'm ready!
A high-pitched voice shouted into the atmosphere, SpongeBob! Everyone shouted whilst running up to him. I kind of hid myself behind the crowd.
Hey everybody, am I late?
No, SpongeBob, you're just a 1, 2, 7, 9.
Patrick said whilst trying to count. 15 minutes late, me boy. What took you, laddie? Mr. Krabs said his sailor talk.
I went to the store to buy these flowers. Where's...
I'm here. I spoke with the red blush all over my face. Are we blushing? There we go. SpongeBob also blushed when he saw me. That made me giggle. They're beautiful, SpongeBob. Thanks. I smiled with sniffing the bouquet. I can't.
Don't mention it. By the way, you look stunning.
He told me with the heavy blush red on his dimples and across his face as he stared at my short yellow dress and back into my eyes. Thank you. You look cute as always. I commented with a small giggle. Then there was a speech from the airport staff that filled the atmosphere. All passengers boarding the airplane, SB-SB-7, must start boarding the plane now! I repeat, anyone boarding the plane, SB-SB-7, must board the plane now! The airport staff repeated in a sophisticated voice. Ooh, I read that a bit too late. I looked at my ticket and looked back at my friends. I knew I was crying. I was sure of it. I had lost control of my behavior. All I wanted to do now was cry, but not in front of SpongeBob. Tears flooded my face as my eyes were red now from crying. I saw everyone looking at each other, not knowing how to comfort me. I closed my eyes, pretending not to notice as I cried some more. All of a sudden, SpongeBob! I'm sorry. All of a sudden, a pair of arms cuddled my waist. I lifted my heart slowly as I noticed a yellow bod filled with pores.
Please don't cry. I want you to be happy on your journey back.
SpongeBob told me. SpongeBob, I'm just gonna miss you all, especially you, SpongeBob. The way you throw it back on me sometimes. No, I'm just playing. I ruined the moment. I'm sorry. I whimpered and whispered as I cuddled SpongeBob. That was it. The moment that would change my life forever. The confession that would change our lives forever. I had to make it last. SpongeBob, can I tell you something? Girl, don't you gotta go? Get on your plane. I know that plane ticket wasn't cheap.
Yeah, sure. You can tell me anything.
Oh, what the hey? I love you, SpongeBob! I shouted as I took... It's not that deep. It'll never be that deep. Keep that helmet on your head. You took off your air helmet? As took off my air helmet and lifted the little yellow sponge high into the air and kissed his smooth, soft lips. The gasp in the background from everybody could be heard. Nobody was expecting me to kiss SpongeBob. So we're drowning, but making out with him. Alright, cool. Do you? I continued to kiss SpongeBob. I could feel his warmth against mine as I kissed him harder. My mind was set. This was definitely the sponge of my dreams. I then broke the kiss as I started to feel a little bit suffocated. Yeah, a little bit? We're meters under the water. Yeah, you gonna feel it. I quickly put it back on. I looked back at SpongeBob's face and saw that he was blushing completely and a little startled. Oh God! I could tell by that look he's gonna reject me. Oh, damn it! I'd rather go back knowing that we are still good friends than know that he hates me and doesn't want to be my friend. I thought on the verge of fainting. I quickly grabbed my... I'd check, like, I don't want to be guessing. I'd be like, was that cool? What? But we're different. I quickly grabbed my bags off the floor and ran to board the airplane. Just in case you need a visualizer, I got you. Okay, so we're out. We're gone. I didn't look back. I didn't want the past to haunt me. In the distance, I heard a high-pitched voice shout.
Wait!
But it was too late. My actions were done. and I had to face the consequences. I boarded the plane and flew back home, remembering the events of today's episodes, crying my eyes out. Wow, what'd you think of that? We have some progression. I like it. I feel like the reader should have waited just to see if he was feeling it. If the embarrassment wasn't enough from everybody looking, you already went past that boundary. You kissed him. Not only that, but you lifted his scrawny ass up. Get you some. Okay, guys, we are on the last chapter, Escalating Love. There is a sequel of this story. It has 8 chapters. Maybe down the line, I'll go back and read it. As you can see, my life is a total mess. 2 years ago, you didn't contact him since? He went on the radio for you, like. But anyways, 2 years ago, I got the one chance to tell the person I love that I love them. And I screwed up by running as fast as I can. No text from any of them, including Spongebop, for 2 years. That says a lot, doesn't it? Man, they fake. I really gotta fix this mess. The only way is to go back to Bikini Bottom. How's your life here though? Like, you spent the last 2 years just worrying about that? Like, how are we doing now? Not good, I see. The only way is to go back to Bikini Bottom and hear SpongeBob's side of the story. He may turn me down, but at least I don't have to live life in fear and look over my shoulder all the time, I said out loud. I then walked over to the frame. We got a frame picture. I do get obsessive, but I could never take a picture of him. I couldn't let it get that far. I then walked over to the framed picture in my room of SpongeBob and myself taking a silly face selfie. I will fix this mess up for the both of us, SpongeBob. I grabbed a yellow dress and put it on whilst chucking my other clothes on the bed in a hurry. I grabbed my bags and packed some fresh clothes and essential objects. I booked the next plane to Bikini Bottom as soon as possible and hired a taxi to take me to the airport. When the cab arrived, I hopped inside as it drove me away to the airport in a jiffy. I then paid the driver what I owed him and hopped out. I ran into the airport whilst rapidly searching for the desk to check my bags in. Chill out. The plane ain't gonna take off any faster. You're in a hurry, miss, the lady at the counter said with a $1 million smile. Darn tootin', yes, I gotta whip myself a sponge, I chirped. The lady looked at me like I was some crazy alien, but then shrugged as she had to seek another client. I boarded the plane without any further delays. People be wasting my time. I'm coming, SquarePants. The journey was about 7 hours, but time flew as I was... Where's this plane going? It can't just go underwater. Do you just get off the plane, then just jump in the sea and be like, I'm coming? The journey was about 7 hours, but time flew as I was planning on what to say to the sponge. Finally, I found the right words to say to the invertebrate. I landed in Bikini Bottom at around 6:22 and called for a cab to drop me off to SpongeBob's. So where to, ma'am? To 124 Conch Street, I replied. Wait a second, that's SpongeBob's residence. Oh, we went out to Jellyfish Fields today. I just spoke to him. How you know that? Okay, then take me to Jellyfish Fields and make it snappy. If I were that cab driver, I'd be like, what did you just... What? Yes, ma'am, he politely said. As we pulled up at Jellyfish Fields, there was no sign of anybody, but I got out of the cab anyway. I turned around to hand the cab driver his fee. Here you go, my fine gentleman. I politely handed the cab driver a $10 bill. No, that's okay, ma'am. Any friend of SpongeBob is a friend of mine, he smiled. Well, gee, thanks, mister. Please, call me Scott. Gee, thanks, Scott. You're a pal. Just doing my job, ma'am, he said while slowly driving off. I turned around to see Jellyfish Fields empty. The sky was black and the stars were out. It was cold considering I wasn't wearing a jacket. I walked around the field to see if SpongeBob was jellyfishing, but there was no sign of him. Just a light breeze that went through my skirt and a few jellyfish here and there. I thought about SpongeBob, how he was so good at comforting me. If he was here right now, then he would be making me feel warm and snug. SpongeBob! I shouted as I saw his big blue eyes. As soon as he realized me, he blushed whilst remembering the airport incident 2 years ago. I blushed back.
What are you doing here?
SpongeBob asked me. I wanted to see you, I replied, not knowing what his reaction would be like.
That's nice. I got a new beat though. Is there anything you want to talk about?
Don't act like we didn't do nothing. Actually, there is.
Okay, let's go sit over there. It's a nice hill where you have a magnificent view.
Where's Patrick at? He ain't here? Okay, SB, you be my guy, I replied. He giggled at the remark and sat me down.
Wait, before you start, Aren't you cold?
He looked at my bare arms and legs. Yeah, but I don't have a jacket.
You can share mine, don't worry.
He said optimistically. I smiled and nodded, allowing him to take his jacket off and wrap it around my shoulders and waist. The thing I wanted to talk about was the incident that happened 2 years ago. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry I kissed you like that. I'm sorry I ran away, leaving you dumbfounded. You must hate me. I shivered as I hugged him. Tears melted from my eyes and my makeup was smudged.
You don't have to be sorry about it. I don't hate you. You're one of my greatest
Friends! Why would you say some shit like that? I put my tongue up down your throat, and you're gonna say this to me? Really? I whimpered.
Sure. Remember the time we caught a rare jellyfish and it stung Squidward like crazy?
SpongeBob giggled, making me giggle. I sure do. And the time where we had a barbecue to celebrate your birthday, I smiled.
Yeah, that was the greatest birthday ever thanks to you. Thanks for going through all the effort and making a barbecue for me.
He said whilst hugging me tighter. Ooh, you're welcome. What you did for me was way more special. I can't believe you made a special request from BBFM for me. I'm sorry I didn't thank you earlier, I think.
Oh, you actually heard the request? I thought no one would hear it.
I know you didn't spend 10 racks just for no one to hear it.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, he blushed.
Yeah, we have had very special times together. I guess that's why I
Love me.
Oh, he finished it for us. He said, I know you love me, girl. How could you not? Yeah, the main thing I wanted to ask about was, do you love me too? I shook was blushing.
Well, nah, not really. Well, when you kissed me back, I was actually flattered. And when you ran off, I wanted to tell you that
SpongeBob said with a big blush, that you hate me and never want to see me again. Girl, stop interrupting.
That I love you. I love you too.
He says while jumping onto me. Damn, chill. His sudden jump caused me to... Hold on. His sudden jump caused me to lie down on the green grass whilst he was sitting just below my cleavage. We both looked into each other's eyes to find the sparkle in the night. SpongeBob grabbed me and kissed my lips. His kiss was hot, fierce, yet sweet and delicious. That description though, I like it actually. We gotta see what the comments are saying about this. Oh hell nah. Probably tastes like grease too. People are really ruining this beautiful moment. No. Why are you here then? Wear your helmet. Now, this is definitely worth the wait, I bragged as I continued to kiss my beloved.
It sure was.
SpongeBob whispered. Ew. Fuck. That got to me right there. That got to me. They got sound effects. We both kissed in unison, showing the love and gratitude towards each other. I love you, SpongeBob, I whispered into the cold atmosphere of jellyfish fields. So I guess we just get to it, you know what I'm saying? It's safe to say I liked it. It was just a tiny bit dry, a tiny bit uneventful. You know, I like the drama. Just keep it coming, keep it coming. I like the story. It was well written. The vocabulary, the descriptions. If I had to rate it from 1 to 10, probably like a 5. It wasn't bad. There is a part 2, remember. Maybe further down the line, I'll read a part 2 or I'll read for a different character. I wonder if there's a fanfic about Karen. You know, that cold hard scream. Thank you guys so much for watching. We made it out alive and I'll see you very soon. Peace out.